Hello. I'm back. You know what? I just sat here and you know what I just thought about? I just thought about. Cause it's a lot of let me tell you something. Being if you know just homosexuals period. If you know homosexuals period. It's a lot of men's it's a lot of gay men that you know what they do? Just like how I said I want to talk to the women. But you know what? I think I need to talk to the men. Because I think I need to talk to the man. And that just hit my mind because it be a lot of men that don't know how to control they downstairs. And it's a lot of things that I can, I'm going to relate. I'm going to relate. But I think it's the man that I need to talk to instead of the women. I think it's the men. And I always talk about the women not putting value in them, but I think it's the men that I need to talk to more. Not in a relationship with you, because I don't want you. Not in a relationship with you, but talking to you as man to man to man. I'm not even listen. If that point in time in my life, if it was if I ever be with a woman, I would know how to treat one. And I think it's for me to talk to men because I done been around a lot of straight men's and they all do the same thing. Anything that walks around that got fish down there, they run for it. Don't matter about what you look like. Because the saying is with a lot of men, that part of their body do not have a face on it. That part of the body does not have a face on it. I can quote what men say because I done been around a lot of straight men. Yeah, it don't have a face. It don't have a face on it. So therefore, that means you as that grown man don't value yourself because you still have to value yourself, guys. You do. You have to value yourself. You see, regardless if somebody told you that you don't have to value yourself or you got to be a tough man. Oh, you Mr. Tough Man, huh? Huh. Oh you hard, huh? That don't get you nowhere. That don't get you nowhere. Hell, dead, or jail. That's where they get you. That's where a tough man go. That's where a tough man go. Jail or hell. That's where a tough man go. A tough man go them two places. The two places. Jail or hell. Because you're so hard. You're hard in these streets. Who told you that you were hard? Oh, I got a gun, I got a pistol. That don't make you hard. That makes you soft. That makes you a boy. That makes you a boy. Cause if you have to walk the streets knowing that you gotta carry a pistol everywhere, that makes you a boy. It makes you a boy. It don't make you a man at all. Understand what a man is. I'm back. A lot of men, a lot of men stuck in their ways. A lot of men stuck in their ways. And there's a lot of men today that have sex addictions. A lot of them. You have a few women, but the man mostly. That's been going on for for decades. That's been going on for decades. That's why a lot of marriages end because the man don't know how to keep his stuff in his pants. That's been going on for decades. So what time of the day that you gonna say you gonna quit it? Yeah. Uh-uh. So what time of the day, when are you gonna say, I'm gonna give it up? And it's sad that a lot of it's sad that you can see these people that I mean, like you can produce, you can produce, but at a certain number, and just think about you're living in poverty. Okay, you're living in poverty, or you hitting licks, or you selling drugs. That's not enough money to take care of 15, 20 kids, and they all by different baby mamas. That's sad. A lot of people don't realize what they do. They don't realize what they do. But you got all these kids. You're terrorizing them kids. You're making them kids suffer. Cause you can't be at 10 places at one time. Woo! Say it like that. What you say? What you say, Coach Kizzy? You can't be at 10 places at one time. One baby mama, two baby mama, three baby mama, five baby mamas probably ain't gonna want you to take their kids somewhere. So you can't be at 10 places at one time. Think about what Frank do. Can't be at 10 places at one time. Oh, I want me a football field. But you barely can take care of yourself. You barely can take care of yourself. But you want a football team? That means if you want to have a big family, that means you have to change something about yourself. You got to change your mindset, man. You got to change your mindset. If you're gonna be a provider of these 10 kids, if you're gonna be a provider of these 10 kids, how do you provide for them? By creating something, building something, building a legacy that you want to leave behind. And basically what I'm saying with that, when I go there, that means is your kids gonna be set up if you in these streets. Come on, listen to me. Listen to me now. So if you in these streets, you got these 10 kids, you in these streets, you selling drugs or whatever you're doing, whatever you're doing in these streets, but you get shot that night and you die. So you leaving these kids behind with shit. You understand what I'm saying? You leaving these kids behind with nothing because you're foolish. You're foolish. You're in the streets. But you got to learn how to take time for self. You got to learn how to take time for self and say, you know what? If I do want a big family, or if I do want to sit here and produce all these kids, if I want to do all this stuff, then what do I have to do? I have to change something in the inside of me to do all this. That's what's wrong with that's why a lot of men get in trouble nowadays. These young boys get in trouble nowadays because they doing what their father done. They want to have all these kids because they seen their dad do this. But you living in poverty, you don't have a pot to piss in and a window to throw it out. You don't have a pot to piss in and a window to throw it out. But you want to go make all these kids and have these kids suffering. Don't got a job. Now you got a mind frame. Now your mind frame is I'm supposed to hit a lick. I gotta do what I have to do for my child. See, this is the generational thing that's been going on for a long time. You understand what I'm saying? So some things you have to change about yourself. Change is good. It might be uncomfortable. It might be something that you don't want to do, but change is good, baby. Change is good. So now you're out stealing people rims off their car. Now you out hustling. Now you're doing all these things, but then where that hustling gonna get you in jail? And you see the kids still ain't gonna have nothing. They suffering. They suffering. because of your mistakes. Because of your mistakes, you got to change first. You got to change first, because if you don't change, then you just hurting. You just bringing somebody. You just bringing them into the world. You just bringing them into the world and having them suffer because it's your desire to have kids. It's your selfish desire to have kids, but you can't take care of yourself. You don't got a pot to piss in and a window to throw it out, but you want to lay up with somebody and have kids. And it ain't even around. Then when it's father daughter dance, then what's you doing? You hurting that little child. You hurting that child because she see all these fathers with they see she seeing all her classmates with her dad, and her dad's not there. Y'all gotta understand what you're doing to kids. Gotta understand that. That's why you gotta know who you lay up with. That's why you got to know who you are as an individual. Because if you don't know that, you're going to be hurting yourself. You're going to be hurting the people that's around you because of your childish, foolish ways. Something about you need to change. But you stuck in your comfort zone, stuck in your pride, and want to be the toughest N word in the street. The toughest N word in the street. So you don't want to change. You think this you think this hardness about you is good. You think that's good. Oh, I'm hard. Man, I'm an OG gangster. All that. You think that's hard? Do you think that's hard? But you know what the hardest part is about what you thinking that you so hard? The hardest part is laying up with this woman having a baby and you can't provide for him. That's the hardest part. That's the hardest part. Grow up. And you got 50, 60 year olds still doing the same thing. They in the streets too. 50, 60 years old, still in the streets. Still in the streets. Thinking they young. When are you gonna settle down? What's gonna make you settle down? What's gonna make you settle down? What's gonna make you get in out that comfort zone and say, you know what? I'm for throwing my towel. All that thugging, all that extra stuff is out. It's out. People have been foolish for so long. People have been foolish for so long. And when change when it's time to change, when it's time to change, you know where you at, you guys? You know where you at? In jail. Then you want to change. All of a sudden you want to change. Oh, I'm gonna change for you. Then you calling the baby mama. I'm gonna change, baby. Oh, just baby. I'm gonna change. I'm for real. I'm gonna be good to you, girl. That's jail talk. That's jail talk. Cause then when you get out, you're gonna be right there with her for about 2 months. About 2 months straight. Then you're gonna have then you're gonna start saying, I gotta look for me a job. But that you ain't gonna be looking for a job. You ain't gonna be looking because you're still in your mind still as a child. You know what I'm saying? You can be a grown adult and your mind still as a child. You're gonna get out 2 months, you're gonna start saying, I gotta look for a job. You ain't gonna be looking for a job, you're gonna be at that other woman's house that you was already cheating on her before you went to jail. That's how this is how life has been going. This is how life been going. So you got this good woman at home, but you get back out of jail and say you told this woman you supposed to do right, you supposed to do good. But then you come back out and start doing foolish things. And y'all had a baby while you was locked up. Y'all had a baby. You wasn't even there. You wasn't even there when the baby was unperceived. You wasn't even there. You wasn't there. You was in jail. Now you back over this other woman house study trying to sit here with your baby mama and spend time with her and try to take care of the child. Try to be in this kid's life, but you know the man let Frank think for him. Man, I ain't had nothing in a long time. This what you gonna say. Man, I ain't had nothing in a long time, man. I already know what that feel like. I'm finna go over here with her right quick. She got some good. That's what man think. That's what man think. I done been around. I done been around. I done been around the block. You understand what I'm saying? I done seen what straight men do to women, and I just sit there and I just watch it because these are experiences. These are experiences that in my life that I know that it's gonna benefit me for the better in the long run. So I sit around and I pay attention to everything that people do. I sit around and just watch them. That don't mean I gotta be messy and go tell that girlfriend, girl. Let me tell you, let me tell you. And one thing about that, and I probably have before. I probably have before, but yeah, I have before and told them. But let me tell you something. When two people get together, you have your friends, you have whatever, but you're gonna always have somebody that's gonna always be on the outside looking in, and it's gonna be always a hater around you two, right? So I tell you this: don't let nobody tell you about your partner. Don't let nobody tell you. If they come out their mouth, I've been there before because it broke up a lot of things in my life. You understand? But if you let somebody come back and tell you about your partner, you should be the first one to know. And why I say that? Because if y'all have good communication skills, if you have good communication skills, then that person would tell you exactly, okay, yeah, I'm doing this, I'm doing it. And that's why boundaries are set. Boundaries are set. That's why when you change your mindset, you'll have open communication with one another. You have open communication. When you start having open communication with one another, your relationship tends to get better. Oh, baby, I did have I did go to the club or whatever you did. You got to come out and say what you did because a lot of men like to lie, just lie for no reason, lie for no reason. Don't like to tell the truth for nothing, and they have a straight face like they telling the truth, but just sitting up there lying out they two front teeth. I done sit there and watch that. I done sit there and watch that. I done sit there and watch. I done sit there and watch where friends come in and the lady that the man with, and they're having gatherings, but you whispering sweet things in somebody's ear, and I know that you with that person. I'm looking. I pay attention. That's why I used to be around a lot of straight people, cause I pay attention to their butt. Yeah, I do. I be paying attention. I be so nosy, and it's not me being nosy. It's just me being observant. Cause you gotta observe the whole crowd. You gotta observe who you're around. And I'm just sitting here and I'm just watching, and they just really flirting and they this and that. But if you supposed to be this person partner, you wouldn't be sneaking in that person's ear. His girl ear. Yeah. Yeah, I done seen it all, child. Yep. Hey, friend. Hey. Yeah, I done seen it all. Yeah, you came. Yeah, you got it. You know why you got up on here? Know why you got up on here? Cause you know I'm right. You know you have been acting foolish. You know you have been acting foolish in your life, and some about you is willing to change, but you don't know where to start. Mm. Let me tell you something, child. Something about you that you know that you're willing to change, but you don't know where to start. You don't know where to start. You don't know where to start. You got to start somewhere. One step at a time. That's just like that song say, and I done said this before, that's just like that song say, the stairway to heaven. If it's a stairway to heaven, that means it's a stairway of fixing yourself. It's a stairway, one step at a time. One step at a time. And yes, I'm talking to you. I'm talking to you. I'm talking to you. It ain't no AI. It ain't no content. It's me talking to you. Ain't nothing in front of me. Ain't no AI, nothing. Just me talking to being real with you. You understand what I'm saying? Ain't no AI. I use that for content. For some crazy. But I have a mouthpiece on me. And I can get you together with this mouthpiece. You understand what I'm saying? It's just this. See, people, some people probably think nasty, but I can get you together. Basically, I know how to speak my words to you to make you understand and give you some insights on how you treat this young lady and how you do things in life that you know that you need to change, but you don't want to. This not AI. I'm not AI. I'm a human being. Okay? Go buy me some cigarettes. Oh, for real. For real. I done sit there and watch a lady get punched in her ear. Like as a child, I seen for real. Man, I'm telling you, like just people and just know like how men actually do women. And just think like I grew I grew up, I had a lot of sisters, so I used to be around my sisters. One particular sister, one particular sister, her man had her by her hair, by her hair on the ground, and he in the driver's seat, but he got her on the ground dragging her. So he driving faster and she just scraping up. So he dragging her just like this. I'm seeing how men treat women. And it's just constantly just over the years, you know? And then it's so crazy because you know what? This what men do. I'll tell you what men do. Men already know that they be cheating. They already know that they be cheating. Right? Not all of them. Some of them. Some of them. They already know they be cheating, right? For real. They already know they be cheating. They go on lunch breaks. They on lunch break, they go hit. I'm just being real with you. Right? Knowing they be cheating. Knowing they be cheating. But when it comes to cheating and a person asks them, they can't tell the truth about it. They ain't gonna be able to tell the truth. Because they want to be able to do it again. And it's crazy, but it's life. They want to do it again. So if they come to their partner and say I was cheating, that means you can't do it no more. Can't do it no more. Cause they're gonna be on your stuff. They're gonna be on your top, boy. Yeah. But it's a lot of things that I can say right now, but it's just I just and I'm not gonna stay in my own lane with this part of me. I'm not gonna stay in my own lane because it's a lot of men need fixing, and they don't want to recognize or realize that because they so hard because they want to be hard in front of their friends. They want to be hard in front of their friends, but in front of their ladies, they some men be the sweetest men. That's why women be falling in love with. They be so sweet with the women, with the woman by themselves. But when you get around your fellas, you get around your boys, and you at the barber shop. You at the barber shop and all that stuff and this thing, and you're just talking about just some nonsense. Nonsense. It be nonsense. That's why. That's why a long time ago I stopped getting my hair cut because I used to be so impatient with them. I be hearing all that talk, like the lady talk, and they be they be asking me about it, and I don't know what they talking about. But baby, just get my hair cut. They want to hold the clippers cut. What? Cut my hair. I ain't lying, man. It's just crazy how like nowadays it's not. I'm gonna tell you something. It's not a lot of men that gossip. I mean, a lot of women that gossip nowadays. They gossip, but now the man that took over that. I ain't gonna even lie to you, baby. I ain't gonna even lie to you. The man that took over that for real. And if you look at society, you look at life today, where everything used to be women that just get on the phone and gossip. No, it's the man, baby. It's the man. Oh, it's the man. The roles have changed. If look at your surroundings and pay attention to it. It's a lot. I was sitting in the bed one day. It was a man that I don't know where he was at. He was in his car, and they just him and this other guy just was having conversation out there, and they was just like talking about nothing, but they just sitting on the phone just gossiping like women. It comes from the man's is doing everything that the women doing. That they used to do. I'm just being real with you, baby. If I can't be real with you, I can't be real. If I can't be real with myself, I can't be real with you. For real, it's the man that sit on the phone with their homies all day long and gossip. And especially these old school men. These old school men, they don't know how to shut up. They don't know how to shut up at all. I'm just for real. Because there was some older men, there was some older cats outside. You understand what I'm saying? There was older cats. And I just heard them, they just up there talking about just anything. Food stamps. They was talking about everything. But the men don't know how to stop gossiping. It's the man now. It's not the women. The roles have changed. Do you see how on Facebook where these girls talking about some changing roles? Because it gets to that point. It got to that point. Now she behind you doing all this stuff and all this, you know, for real. And it got to that point where women just really decide. Really, I'm telling you the truth. Oh, really telling you the truth. It got to that point. Like women would turn you around and just start doing this to you. You know, because if a man allows a woman to do that to him, mm, just use your imagination. She's calling you less than a man. She's calling you less than a man. And and I'll tell you, you have the women that don't like DL or bisexual, whatever. You have the women like that, but you have women that do like that. You understand? You have women that do like that. So that's why I say it's somebody out there for everybody. You have men that's straight that like they women to, you know, to what's it called? Have anal stuff, they like their women to anal, them. You know what I'm saying? Like for real. Just this the truth. This the truth. But people don't look at it. People don't look at stuff like that. They just they just a lot of people just live. That's it. That's just what they think that's what life's supposed to be. Just live. I live and die. That's it. It's not about that. It's about that some about the generation that that you're in right now. That's something that you need to change. Something needs to change. Something needs to change. But you don't want to acknowledge that. You don't want to acknowledge that I need to change something about me. Because your daddy probably told you, a man don't act like that. Man don't act like that. Man supposed to be hard. Man supposed to be that. You tell your daddy. He's out of line. He's out of line. Now you don't have to just be hard, because when you start telling the child that they have to be hard, they're gonna start ending up in the streets, and then your child gonna be in jail because you done told them that they got to be hard, they got to be this. What is your definition of hard? What is your different? I want to ask a lot of men today. What is your definition of telling your child that they need to be hard? What is that definition? You don't know because that's what your daddy told you, and you're just going by what your daddy said, that you got to be hard. What does that mean? What does I need to be hard for? Because I just know a man. I know a man. A real man is supposed to be intelligent, educated, and if they educated, they intelligent, they educated. They don't have to, just because they intelligent and educated and and talk proper. That means they automatically gay. That's how black people think. They automatically gay because this man is intelligent, he's educated, and he talk proper, so he automatically gay. So now you want to try to beat him? That don't make a man gay, just because you're intelligent. Don't make a man gay. So raise your child in a respectful manner. Not telling them that they hard. Not telling them that they a thug. Oh, that's my little thug right there. That's my little thug right there. And then when they go be a thug, then you're mad. But you done already told us, child, that they're a thug. Yeah, that's my, yeah, that's my little thug nigga. Yeah, you little sim. But you done already told them that. But then when they grow up, and then they start getting in these streets and they start doing the foolish stuff, now you're mad. But you done told him that this mother, you done called him that all his life. So now he know he a thug. So now he gotta do thug things. But it kills me, hey, to let you know how much I really love you. Too much I wanna woo, woo, woo. So much I wanna. I'm gonna put the last card right here. And I'm just gonna see from this thing right here and see if we can separate it. Man, there's no room no more. All right. So I ain't doing all them cards either. Every challenge, every challenge I face is an opportunity for growth. If you know that, you having challenges in your life right now, right? Right? Because you be watching so so much. You're having challenges in your life right now, right? So what do you do when challenges run your way? I didn't say come your way. I said run your way. What do you do? What do you do? I'm gonna tell you what a lot of people do. They panic, right? They panic because they're not used to having hard challenges in their life. They panic. You panic. You at a panic stage because you don't know the outcome. You don't know the outcome of your challenge. So you're panicking. So what do you do when you panic? Go in a panic room. Okay? I don't know what that movie is, but you go, I'm just gonna tell you, this real. This is being God, this is God's honest truth. You go in a panic room. When you panicking, you go in a panic room. And what you do in the panic room? You get down on your knees and you pray. You get down on your knees and you pray. Because you at a panic stage. You challenge, it's challenges. But you don't know how to deal with you don't know how to deal with hard challenges in your life. You don't know how to deal with them. So now you're at a panic stage. You don't know what to do. You don't know if you're gonna ever come out this challenge. You don't know. So you panicking, right? True story. You panicking. It's a rough challenge that swung your way. It ran your way. God put that challenge in your life. Now you're panicking, but you don't know how to do it. Go in the panic room. Go in the panic room and pray. Spirit, give me some kind of clarify this. Custom. I'm gonna use these cards something else. Because baby, I'm gonna have to get me some. Oh, I'm supposed to be going in. I am not afraid to express my thoughts and options. Now, what did we just talk about? By by a man supposed to be able to express his thoughts and options. So if you in a relationship with a young lady right now, right? You're in a relationship. How do you express your feelings? In anger? Because that's what a lot of people do nowadays. They express their feelings in anger. They don't know how to sit down and have a one-on-one because it's something that's built up in the inside of you that's hurting you. So that's therefore y'all communication skills is gonna be in an argument because you already built up something because it's something that you haven't let go of or something that you're not willing to speak on. You understand what I'm saying? So y'all not expressing y'all thoughts and options. Y'all having an argument. Y'all having a yelling session. You're not expressing this properly because you got to express your thoughts and your option properly when you're having communication, especially if you're adult having communication with your partner, spouse, whatever you want to call it. You got to have good communication skills, and that don't mean be in the room with one another and y'all texting one another. That don't mean that. Because if you got a text, then that means you're lacking something in your life. If you got a text, that means you're lacking something in your life, and you ain't found that grown part of you that knows how to speak out your mouth for what you want to express these thoughts and options. Mm, 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 mm. I will align my life with God's will. I express my ideals clearly and with passion. So if you learn how to express your thoughts and options, you can express your ideals clearly and with passion. because you once upon just think about if you with your partner. At once upon a time in your life, it was something that you loved about them, right? Wasn't it? It was something that you love. It was something that attracts you, and you was passion towards that person. But now it's anger build up. Why did anger build up? You got to acknowledge your pain. You got to acknowledge the pain. You got to acknowledge what is built up in the inside of me that's making me hurt and making me yell at this person. Because once upon a time, I was passionate enough to talk to them. I was passionate enough to get to know that person. I was passionate. It was so much passion in our relationship that we fell in love. So how do you get back to that point? How do you get back to that state of mind? How do you get back to that state of mind? You have to work on it. You have to work on it. Practice gratitude. Be thankful. Be thankful for the person in your life right now. Because just say if this your partner is in your life, you have to be grateful for it. And if y'all doing everything that y'all need to do to get yourself in alignment with one another, but y'all both, I'm gonna tell you something. You both can be in a relationship, and because a lot of people don't want to change their circumstances when they need to. You understand what I'm saying? If you understand that, a lot of people don't like to change their circumstances, so they stay with that person. So when y'all stand with one another, you got to give each other time to heal. You got to give each other time to heal. That don't mean go out and be foolish, but y'all got to give each other time to heal. You got to know that healing process of what you need, and you gotta be dedicated to changing your circumstances. But y'all both gotta acknowledge what is going wrong with the relationship. Where did we fall off? I remember that I loved you once upon a time in my life. Where did the love go? Where did the love go? What's making us feel like that we don't love one another no more? A lot of people don't like to express that. They don't like to express that, especially men, because they so hard. They so gangster. They so much of a pimp. I choose to focus on my strengths. So yeah, if you focus on your strengths with and my terminology for this course, since we're talking about this expression changing, you're afraid to I am not afraid to express my thoughts and options and then express my ideas clearly and with passion. So you got to find your strength again. That strength, you got to focus on that strength that made you fall in love. Because you had strength to be able to say, you know what? You had that much strength in you to say, baby, you want to go out tonight? You want to go go out to dinner? You want to go do something? So what was it in that relationship that where the chemistry? What was the chemistry? Where's it at? Where are you lacking at? But it takes two in a relationship to acknowledge that boy. Okay? You are not alone in times of difficulties. Know that you have spiritual guides watching over you. God is working in your life. What do we say? What do we say? If God is working in your life, then what is it? Don't be afraid of that challenge. Don't be afraid of that challenge to face. Don't be afraid. Don't fear that challenge. Don't panic. Oh, you're gonna panic in once. Yeah, you're gonna panic. It's natural. You're gonna panic. But if you know God, God is a miracle worker. God is a healer. God is a savior. If God is all these things, then when you're faced with hard challenges and you panic, you come to a panic mode. Where do you go? In a panic room, right? And you go in that panic room and you go pray because you know that God is going to work it out for you. But you're stubborn. Get stubborn. That's what a lot of people be stubborn. And that says that in the Bible too. Stubborn. You are loved. Remember that you are no, remember that you are surrounded by love and support from the divine. I'm just gonna say the divine. Okay. Keep working on your mindset. How can you work on your mindset? How can you work on your mindset? Tell me, how can you work on your mindset? How can you? Do you know? First, to start working on your mindset, you have to write down 20 things about you that you know that you need to change. Okay? 20 things. 20 things that you know you need to change. And it, oh, you can't even see what it's supposed to look like. But it was, okay, look, 10, 20 things that you need to change, right? So you're going to do 40 things. You're going to do 40 things, right? You're going to do 40 things. You're going to do, oh, let me put this. All right. So, let me see my paper. But I got to show you how it's supposed to look. I'll show you on the computer. Hold on, I'm gonna cut off. It's gonna cut off. I got to plug it back up. Did I plug it? Oh, I thought I plugged it back up. Give me one moment. Okay. What am I looking for? Oh, that's right. This is your assignment for tonight. Okay. This is your assignment for tonight. So, since I want to show you what I'm talking about, I'm gonna make it for you first, right? So, woo, 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 woo. And then we'll finish this affirmation because I want to do this. We gotta do this first. Did I need? Oh, no, 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 no. You know, one, two. I just need three, right? Yeah, three. Um, okay, I just need three, right? Okay, so no, crazy. Okay, we're gonna just do it on here. That should be on. Okay. So I want you to get 3 columns, and you're gonna draw it just like this. Since you can't see my drawing, okay? Hold on. Since you can't see my drawing, I want you to draw 3 columns. See my 3 columns. See my 3 columns. The 3 columns right here. See that? You see it clear? Okay. So now the first column, I want you to list 1 through 20. I done messed up, but you know the columns. One through 20. I want you to list the things that you need to change. The things that you need to change. This column, I'm gonna do it right here because it's gonna 1 through 10. 1 through 10, right here. Then over here, we're gonna do 1 through 10 too. So it's gonna be 40 things that you need to do. 40 things that you need to do. First, you gotta acknowledge the things that you need to change. You gotta acknowledge these things that you need to change. So 10 things in this column right here. This column right here, you gotta do 10 things. List 10 things. List 10 things that you know good about yourself. The good. 10 things that you don't like about yourself. 10 things that you like about yourself and 10 things that you don't like about yourself. List those and see what you come up with. See exactly what you come up with. Okay? And the good, list them, but if your good outweighs, just keep going. I just put 10. I just put 10, just 10. Just 10. I put 10. But I want you to see which one outweigh which one. Okay? You don't want you to see that. I want you to know which one outweigh. But I want you to list 20 things that you need to change. I don't want you to list 20 things. But this right here, I just put 1 through 10. You don't have to do 1 through 10. I want you to know if your good outweighs your bad. This is about yourself. I want to know if your good outweighs your bad. You can do 10 because you know some people just only have what you don't like about yourself is probably like 3 things that you don't like about yourself. You understand what I'm saying? It's probably all 10 that you like about yourself. So it's just according to what you want to do, how you want to do it. Okay, but I need you to do that. I need you to do that. Okay, I need you to do that. So now, oh, so you do them 3 columns, right? So now it says the last part right here. That's the last part on the bottom because I didn't do what I used to do. Well, I do the other part. I am committed to my personal and professional growth. Once you do that, you're gonna start saying that you're committed. You're gonna be committed. So I got 3 chords right here. The first chord it says, "My faith inspires me to take bold steps towards my goals." And you know what? And a lot of people always think that goals got to be something that you doing. You know what your goal is? It's a lot of goals that we can create in our life. You know what the main goal is? To identify who we truly are. Mm. To identify who we truly are. That's why I got you to do this. That's a goal. That's a goal that I set that for you. I set that goal for you. That's a goal. That's something that you want to accomplish. That's why I say it's a stairway. First step. First step. Okay. Oh, that's right. First step. I want you to go. That's wow. That's for me. Oh Lord, I'm gonna go to bed. Oh, of course. Okay, so I am filled with energy and determination to make my dreams a reality. Have you ever dreamed about? Have you ever dreamed about becoming a better version of yourself? Have you ever dreamed that? You're gonna dream it. You're gonna dream. You're gonna dream that you want to become a better version of yourself. You're gonna have you watch. You're gonna start. You're gonna. I'm just gonna tell you. You're gonna start having conversation with somebody in your dream, probably one of your homeboys or something gonna come in your dream. I'm just gonna tell you, something gonna come in your dream, and it's gonna hit you, and you're gonna be talking to him like it's for real in your dream. I'm telling you, because you won't change, but you don't know how to change. But watch, you're gonna have a dream. I can't predict it. I can't predict that, but you're gonna have a dream. When a person know that they wanna change something about themselves, these dreams gonna start coming to you. And you're gonna be having a conversation with your homeboy, or something gonna happen, and y'all gonna be talking about this situation. About, man, I need to change something, man, I need to get out the hood, or something like that about your dream. You're gonna have a dream like that. You have a dream like that. And especially if God working in your life, you're gonna have a dream about that. Mhm. I don't even do the rest of them. Take time for self. Take time for self. I got a lot of chords down here and I'm still doing this. Take time for self. God is God is your life. You are worthy. You are worthy. I don't care if you're supposed to be some kind of hard guy. You're not. You're not some kind of hard guy. You just who you are. You just who you are. And you got to acknowledge that I am who I am. And if you worry about people surrounding you, or they want you to be this perfect person, or they want you to be this person to be uh, don't worry about that. You was born in this world by yourself. You're gonna go out by yourself. Even if you have a twin, y'all still have different identities. Y'all have different identities. And when I say that, y'all don't share the same social. If you got a twin, you don't share the same social. And but some of them do. But some of them do this, but it's not normal. But you ain't gonna share the same woman or man. You know what I'm saying? Some do, but that's they business. Don't worry about them. Okay. Don't worry about that. My path is clear. And when we say path, your path is clear. Your path is clear. You have a if you start getting to the point where you want your path clear, you gotta do this thing. You gotta actually focus on self. Cause you wanna love self unconditionally. And I'm not gonna say that stupid stuff that I always say. But trust your gut that you're on the right track of trying to get yourself focus and that's it's right here. Look, focus and discipline self. I was gonna say that, but I'm not gonna tell you that. I always tell you that. What I always tell you about the core, because I like to say that word. I don't know why. Just boo boo. But just trust your gut on things, okay? But I would say boo boo boo. No, it's not that. I am grateful for the journey and the lessons it brings. So we're gonna go back up here to the challenge, right? The challenge. And what's right here? This one. the challenge. So when you panic, you pray. And then you start being grateful for the journey and the lessons it brings. Because your challenge is it- your challenge is a lesson. Your challenge is a lesson. Because you're supposed to learn from it. You know, you're supposed to learn from your lesson. How do you move? Like if you're in college, how do you move forward in college? How do you move forward if you're in school? How do you move forward in school? You have to keep up with your what? Your lessons. You have to keep up with your lessons. You have to do your lessons. You have to do your lessons. And so if you do your lessons and you start and just think about you as that lesson, your challenges, everything. If you start doing your lessons, you'll move up, right? You move up. So you have to focus on you have to focus on the lesson. The lesson you have to say you have to take these lessons as well, the challenge as these lessons because it's a mistake in that lesson. Mm, say that. Say that. Because that's why you panic. Because this challenge is a lesson that you need to learn from. That challenge that trial and tribulation and the stored inside that ran across you, that just hit you like this, like a car, boom. Uh-huh. That challenge. But you got to my accordion. Oh, you have to be grateful for the journey and the lessons that it brings, regardless if it look bad or not. You have to be grateful for it. Reinforcement of commitment. Reinforcement of commitment. That means changing, and you got to be committed to staying on the journey of acknowledging things you need to change. You got to stay on that journey. And if you think about if you can go past 20, ooh, you can go past 20. You can go past 20. If you wake up in the morning, if you wake up in the morning, you say, you didn't list 20 things, but you got one more thing that you say, oh, I need to change this. And we're talking about 20 things of habits, desires, your heart, your mind, your soul, everything. That's what we're talking about changing. That's where you got to acknowledge all these things. There's something that I need to change. Well, I have been doing this a lot. So, that's what you need to change. Put it down there. Put it down there. But then if you list tonight all your 20 things and you wake up in the morning, you say, you know what? I need to do this. I need to put that on there. Put it on there. Put it on there. And that's my lesson for today, class. That's my lesson for today, class. I'm about to get ready to get in bed. And I hope you have a good night and pray before. You know what? Since we own this, we're gonna do this right here. We're gonna do Psalms 91, and then I'm going to bed. Okay, Psalms 91 for you, for me. You understand what I'm saying? Because you have to pray, and we're gonna let this pray for us. Okay. But we're gonna start off here. That we're grateful for today. We're grateful for today. We're grateful for the opportunity to see this day and going into the next day. We're grateful for that. But we're gonna listen to Psalms 91 and then we'll go to bed, okay? Well, you don't have to go to bed. I can't tell you want to go to bed, but I am. Probably look at Facebook a little bit, see if I see some funny stuff on there. And then probably watch a movie, Christmas movie, and go to bed.
Psalm 91. Whoever dwells in the shelter of the Most High will rest in the shadow of the Almighty. I will say of the Lord, He is my refuge and my fortress, my God, in whom I trust. Surely He will save you from the fowler's snare and from the deadly pestilence. He will cover you with His feathers, and under His wings you will find refuge. His faithfulness will be your shield and rampart. You will not fear the terror of the night, nor the arrow that flies by day, nor the pestilence that stalks in the darkness, nor the plague that destroys at midday. 1,000 may fall at your side, 10,000 at your right hand, but it will not come near you. You will only observe with your eyes and see the punishment of the wicked. If you say, "The Lord is my refuge," and you make the Most High your dwelling, no harm will overtake you, no disaster will come near your tent. For He will command His angels concerning you to guard you in all your ways. They will lift you up in their hands, so that you will not strike your foot against a stone. You will tread on the lion and the cobra. You will trample the great lion and the serpent. Because He loves me, says the Lord, I will rescue Him. I will protect Him, for He acknowledges my name. He will call on me, and I will answer Him. I will be with Him in trouble. I will deliver Him and honor Him. With long life I will satisfy Him and show Him my salvation.
Amen, amen, and amen. Good night.
Psalm.
Good night. Rest good, but make sure you do them. Make sure you do that. The 20 things that you acknowledge that you need to change, and write 10 things that you can do. 10, you can do 10, because a lot of people will be like, I just don't know nothing else. But 10 good things about yourself, and 10 good things about yourself, and 10 things that you don't like about yourself, or like, just keep going on them. I want you to keep going on them. I just put 10 because a lot of people don't have a lot of things that they see. So just keep going. Just make sure that you know what it is, but uh, don't try to make it seem like, okay, don't make it try to seem like, okay, well, my good things, I'm gonna make my good things long, and I'm gonna make my bad, what I don't like about myself is short. Don't do that. Don't do that, because you're not acknowledging none of this stuff if you do that. So I know the bad probably outweigh the good. Just for you to know what you need to work on. Don't try to cheat and say, "Oh well, I got all this good stuff that I like about myself, so I know that I ain't gonna put a lot of bad stuff on there." Put that on there. Put that on there. Acknowledge those things. Put that on there. Okay, 3 columns.